We're at 12901 Culver Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, at Easy Storage, performing a video sewer inspection through the 3-inch mainline cleanout in the restroom area of the lobby. And run the camera through the mainline cleanout and attempt to get all the way out to the city sewer from here. There's our sink, the bathroom, and our lobby area where the cashiers are. Run through the ABS plastic cleanout. We're going to mark an area in front as well where a backwater valve could be installed and a mainline cleanout. We do have just a bit of a belly here in the plastic line, and we'll mark this area at 27 feet. Is where the belly starts. And then once we get over this turn, at that point, we're okay. We do get a whole lot of debris. We're getting an awful lot of paper buildup in this area. In this turn. Turn is at about 48 feet. Push in and try and clear it a little bit. We did clear it at about 45 feet is where the turn is. Don't look too bad here. We're holding water from that turn at about 45 feet. Oops, here we go. Right at about 50 feet right here. I'm going to try and run some water, flush some water down here, clean the camera off. We'll take a look again. Keep getting paper that is hanging up in these turns right here. We're going to stop and we're going to mark this area out. Camera will get wavy while we are locating. Okay, we've marked this area out. Right in front of the roll-up doors, in front of the lobby cashier area, that is about 2 foot 8 inches deep. This is where a backwater valve would be placed. And also, we would need to see what we can do about the fittings in this area. Hopefully they don't catch paper the way that they have been as well. Now we're going to run out further. We've run this once. We had a very large belly in the street. We just did a preliminary run just to take a look before we videoed. We also have a pretty large separation between the joint right here as well. And we're going to go ahead and mark this out real quick. This can pose a problem as well. Okay, we've marked this area as well at 2 foot 8 inches deep. We do have a separation in this fitting right here. You can see a large gap between it. Was not put together properly, and that will cause stoppages. It'll catch paper and such. And then we're going to run out. We're running down the hill toward the curb now and the 6-inch lateral. And we're making a drop right here. We'll make another little bit of a drop. Then we have a cast iron fitting right at the bottom as well. And we are having issues. Last time we were here, there was a lot of paper just compacted in this fitting that we had to clear and open up. It's rusted. It's just rough. And the way that the turn is, it can pack and catch a lot of debris. We have a large offset and separation in that joint right there. We did have some roots in this line before we did cut them out. We're going to mark this area real quick. Okay, we've marked this area out in the sidewalk that is 5 foot 11 inches deep. And then at this point, we begin our belly in the pipe. And we're going to stop and mark this out real quick, and this is in the street. we've marked this out in the street. We're just inside the curb area, just a little bit, at 5 foot 6 inches deep. We begin our belly right here, and then it gets worse as we go in. And we do have an offset the pipe right here, because we do clear right here at about 92 feet. I'm going to mark this area as well. Okay, we've marked this area out where this gully is, and it is at about 5 foot 10 inches deep in the street. And the last time we were here, this is where it was plugged up. We had large compaction of paper and debris. Now we're going to go in some more. Got some debris on the lens. We got a little bit of an offset here, holding a little bit of water. Not terrible. That joint looks to be okay. And that joint's got an offset. You can see where the pipe is lower. We're actually dropping down into it. So we got a pretty good offset right there. And then we have another pretty large offset right here. We're dropping down into this as well. And you can see you got a large offset right here at the saddle area. That's one of the biggest areas that is shifted. See, it's separated and shifted all at the same time. And it appears that it's cracked and broken at the face of it up here, where you can see gravel in it. That joint is completely broken all the way around. You got a pretty good break in that, and that's just shifted. So we would need to pull a new trenchless pipe from the property line to this point. And then we drop into the city sewer from here. And that is the city. That's the city sewer channel. Now we're going to pull back.
Are you working by yourself today?
Sir, I am. We'll come back to our belly. That's a large shift in the pipe at that point where the belly is. And this is where we would transition right here from the ABS plastic. We would pull from this point to the city sewer sample, tie-in connection in the middle of the street, and make our tie-ins at this point. Going back up to the ABS plastic. We've got the separations in the plastic in this area where they were holding some debris, like very large offset here. And we have another turn. We have another turn here, which picks up the other cleanout. There's a large buildup in there. There's probably a large amount of glue, overpour of glue, which we can see, which is probably catching paper at that point. It also may not hurt to pull a new trenchless 4-inch line from here to the 6-inch as well, while we're doing the 6-inch lateral and installing the backwater valve. And we can repair this area at the same time. The rest of the pipe, as we were going out, the rest of the pipe was not too bad. A little bit of a gap there and a little bit of a build-up there, but not as bad as the other one. Pulling back up, back towards the toilet, toward the main line cleanout. This area all looks to be pretty good. Got a gap in this joint as well. There's some pretty large gaps between the joints, which we should not have paper because it's so close to the toilet area, it's pushing it through. But we're going to just stop and mark this area out real quick too and see where this is. This area is right by the lavatory sink in the bathroom. And as I said, it's so close to the toilet and the lavatory sink that everything's pushing through this point. Not the greatest joint, it's got a pretty good separation in here, but I think that we would probably be okay because it is so close to the fixtures. And now we're pulling back up and out of our main line cleaning up. See how close that joint is, how tight it is. That's the way all the big plastic joints should look. They should be pushed in good and tight all the way. It appears that some of them did not get pushed in real tight, and it will cause a problem with paper building up. That's why we have problems with the other areas where we have large gaps. That concludes our video sewer inspection.